There are three criteria that you have to believe and have to practice in order to be charismatic. The first one is you have to be a continuationist. Now, that's a fancy theological term that just simply means that you believe that the supernatural sign gifts spoken of in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, healing, miracles, prophecy, tongues, interpretation of tongues, and maybe word of wisdom and word of knowledge, have continued and weren't just for the early church. Number two, you have to believe that these gifts are normative in the local church today. Now, you can believe they've continued, but you think maybe they're just happening sporadically here and there. To be a charismatic means you believe they're normative in the church. And then number three, you have to be practicing yourself. Not necessarily practicing all the gifts, but you have to be involved in it in some way, pursuing it yourself personally, or going to a church that practices these gifts regularly. I'm not a charismatic simply because I have tried to be. I'm a wannabe charismatic. I really am. I mean, who wouldn't want to experience God in such a way? I've just been to many, many charismatic churches and been around some really, really good charismatic people, and I haven't seen these gifts in any way that I see that compares to the way that they're given or they're used in the Bible. I mean, whenever somebody gives a prophecy, I've gotten a lot of prophecies about myself. Every time, I hate to say it, it's been wrong, but I still listen to it. I still follow 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1, and pursue it myself. I pray for prophecy. I've just never had it. Never had anybody prophesy to me in any legitimate way. It's just general ways that anybody could say. But whenever God speaks, he speaks in such a way that you can't deny it. And we should question these things. We shouldn't just expect these things and think, because we're a Christian and because we believe in miracles, that we're supposed to believe every time somebody says there's something. I critically evaluate things. I mean, if somebody says if you say you speak on behalf of God and you're a prophet, I'm really excited about that. But what indication do you give me that you do speak on behalf of God? Because just saying you speak on behalf of God is not an indication. You have to do some type, Deuteronomy chapter 13, Deuteronomy chapter 18, give the criteria. You have to do some type of sign or wonder, heal a sick person, cause it to rain, I don't know. But something that lets me know, hey, this person is speaking on behalf of God. Whenever God uses these gifts, they're extraordinary. That's why they're called extraordinary. I've just never seen it, even though I've been in many churches and been around a lot of charismatics. Want to be charismatic, but I'm not. That's what a charismatic is.